Hey guys, Mark here. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a herringbone interweave that you can use to make paracord bracelets with. I have in the past shown you how to form a 4 byte long Turk's head, which we're going to use for the base knot. If you have not tied one before, I'm going to leave a link in the description you can use to get to this point. As far as the supplies that you're going to need for this project, I recommend using a dowel rod that is about 1/4 of an inch wide or about 5 or 6 millimeters in width. You're also going to need type 1 paracord in 2 different colors, and I used about 9 feet of each color. Finally, you're going to also need a lacing needle to make your work a bit easier. With this said, let's get into it. So you can see my long 4 byte Turk's head here. And I have attached a second color on the left side of the standing end. And I'm going to start my interweave with an under and basically follow my standing end to the right side of the knot. So basically just go under where the standing end is going under and over where the standing end is going over. So you can see that the new color is following the standing end, and we're going to continue until we reach the right side. Once you have reached your right side, it is time to turn back and go to the left. And we have exited with an under, and we also enter with an under. So under, over, then under, at which point we come to a pair here, this pair, and we're going to split this one by going over, then under 2. We're going under 2 here because we're not counting the yellow color as a cord, and we always keep an over-under sequence. So over-under until we reach the next pair, which we again split by going over the first cord of the pair and then under the next 2. And then simply continue over, under, and with another pair here, we're going to go over and under 2. Continue this sequence until you reach the left. Once you reach the left side, we have exited with an under 2 here, and we're going to re-enter the knot with an under, then over and under, at which point we come to a pair. So this is a pair, and we're going to split this one by going over 1 and then under 2. We then continue with an over-under, and again we have a pair, which we split, going over and under 2, because we're not counting the yellow cord. Then continue over, under, then over. We're going to split this pair. So over, then under 2. And then simply continue this same sequence until you reach the right side of the knot. Once you have exited under on the right side under 2 that is, we're going to re-enter the knot with an under, going under, over, and at that point we're going to reach a pair here and another pair immediately after. So to split these two pairs, we're going to go over under, then over 2, under 2. So you can see our sequence here, and we're going to repeat it. Again, going over, and then we have a pair here that we want to split, and another pair, just like before. So, over, under, then over 2, under 2. And one more time, over, at which point we come to 2 sets of pairs. So the first pair and the second pair. So we're going to split this by going over, under, then over 2, under 2. Now continue this sequence until you reach the left side of the knot, splitting pairs as you go. Once you have reached your left side, we're going to re-enter the knot. Enter with an under, like we always do with herringbone knots. So under, over. Then we have 2 pairs to split. So the first pair and the second pair. And we're going to continue over, then under 1. Over 2, then under 2. And again, over, and then split 2 pairs. A pair here, and another pair here. So, over, under 1, over 2, and then under 2. And again, over 1, and then 2 pairs to split. So we go over, under, then over 2, under 2. Continue this sequence all the way to your right side. And once we have reached the right side, we're going to re-enter with an under. So under 1, and then we have 3 pairs to split. So the first pair here, the second pair, and the third pair. And we're going to start with an over, then under 2 to split a pair, like this, then over 2 to split another pair, and then under 2. And we again have more pairs to split, so 3 pairs. And we do this by going over 1, then under 2, then over 2, and under 2. All we're doing is splitting pairs. And one more time, just to make sure. So we start with an over 1, then under 2, then over 2, and under 2. Continue this all the way to your left side. On your left side, we're going to re-enter the knot with an under. So under 1, and we then have 3 pairs to split. So the first pair, the second pair, and the third pair. We're going to start by going over 1, and then under 2. Then over 2, and under 2. And again, we're going to start by going over 1 to split a pair, then under 2 to split another pair, then over 2, again splitting a pair, and under 2 to split a final pair here. And one more time. Over 1, then under 2, over 2, and then under 2. Continue this same sequence of splitting pairs until you reach the right side. On the right side, we're going to turn back into the knot, starting with an under, and you can see that we have pairs to split here. As you can see, our final sequence is going to be an under 2 over 2 sequence. Which means that all we're going to do is go over 2, under 2 until we reach the left side. Every over 2 or under 2 always splits a pair. And this will give you the herringbone pattern. Once you have reached your left side, all there is left to do is to place your working end next to your standing end and the knot is complete. So guys, I think this tutorial wasn't terribly hard, but if you have any questions, please post them down below. Thank you for joining me and see you next time.